All right, hi guys. I feel like I should have all of you stand up and just like shake it out for a minute because it looks like you've had kind of a great but long day. I think we should just give everyone who organized this a big round of applause. Woo! It looks like you guys have had so much fun. I wish that we could have been here all day to go to more of the classes and learn more because this looked amazing. So we need to introduce ourselves. So I'm Brittany and this is Brooke. And we are identical twin sisters. We're 28 and we lived up the street from Michelle growing up. And we now host our own TV show here in Salt Lake. It's on Fox 13. And it's a lifestyle show, so that means it's everything fun. So we have cooking segments, fashion segments, we have a book club, we talk a lot about events that are going on in Salt Lake City, so it's really a lot of fun. It is, yeah. We went to Skyline High School, and then we did the broadcast journalism program at BYU, worked at Channel 2 for 5 years, heard about this opportunity to go host a show together last year. And so we've been doing that for a little over a year now, and we love it. We love working together. A lot of people ask, how could you work with your sister every day? But how could you not? It is so much fun. We really like each other, so we have a good time at work every single day. So we need to rewind back, though, to when we were your guys' age. We were teenagers, and we just happened to be some of the most awkward ones you've ever seen in your whole life. And we just were crazy, and we had these big dreams. Even when we were teenagers, in our senior year of high school, we got to do an internship at a local TV station. And after that moment, we both said, one day, we're going to host our own TV show. And we would tell people this, and they would just look at us like, good luck, you crazy twins. We got a few eye rolls along the way, and we just kept thinking, why not? You know, why not us, or why not me being able to do what I really want to do? But as they talked about in the photography class, if you guys were in that with Veronica, I love that they said right off the bat, you're not going to be amazing. And we sure needed a little bit of work, and we still do, but it's all about realizing that there's a whole journey and to enjoy the journey of getting better at whatever your passion is. And I also think one of the most important things for us was the fact that we were crazy enough to believe in ourselves. You have to be the person that believes in your dreams before anyone else does, and you have to have confidence in that you can make them come true, because you can. Each one of you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want, and really the sky is the limit, because why not you? I would say also it helps to have a partner in crime, or maybe your mom, your sister, or someone that you tell your dreams and aspirations to that will support you in them. And it will always remind you if maybe something doesn't go your way, that it's okay, stick with it and keep going. Yeah. So we do have a really fun job, and over the years, we went to the Grammy Awards every year and reported on the red carpet and interviewed celebrities, and we've interviewed a lot of different celebrities over the years in Salt Lake when they would come here. And so a lot of people, that's the first question they ask us is, who's the favorite person you've ever interviewed, or what was this person like? And it's been really, really interesting over the years to meet all these different people. And once we met them, we've learned, that they actually have their own makeup artist. They have their own stylist. And these people spend hours a day making sure that they look perfect, making sure that they say the right things. And so when you see them in person, they really do. They look amazing. They do, but as we learned fairly quickly after our first year at the Grammy Awards on the red carpet, you're nervous, you have your microphone, you're asking them questions. Some people are just not that kind when they're answering your questions, or they'll just say, I don't really want to answer that. But others will be so welcoming and kind, and I know you've probably heard it a million times, but it really is how someone makes you feel is what you remember about that person. And that really became true with us about the people that we've met, whether it's the celebrity multimillionaire or a student that's doing a really cool project. Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest lessons is that it really doesn't matter how much makeup you have on or how much your outfit costs, because believe us, we have to do our hair and makeup and put on fancy outfits every single day, and that's not what's going to make you happy, and that's not what's going to make you beautiful to other people. It really is going to be how you make them feel, and if you're kind. And I know that may be just, you guys have heard that a million times before, that kindness is really all that matters, but it's because it's true. It really is. Yeah, and our next point is just, teenage years can be, a lot of trial and error, and they were especially for us. Yeah, we loved purple sparkly mascara. We wore matching outfits on the first day of 7th grade. That was the last time we ever wore matching outfits, was on the first day of 7th grade. But we just tried whatever we liked. If I thought something was cool, then guess what? I just did it. And I would learn, maybe that's not going to work, or yeah, I love this, but I just had the courage to try it. And that also goes along with the church standards. We both had to find out why we wanted to follow them. Because as a teenager, we especially did not like being told what to do, especially from your parents. You don't like them telling you need to do this just because. We needed to find the meaning behind it. And over the years, we've been able to find out why the gospel is important to us, why it keeps us going, why it should always be the number one focus in our lives. Yeah, because the glitz and the glamour and the fun things in the world, they are fun and they are amazing and great, but just for that moment. I couldn't tell you details about what happened 5 years ago at some point, but I can tell you that the gospel has kept me on a steady path that has brought the same happiness to me every single day, and it's kept me happy. Yeah, so that's our last point. We just want to encourage you guys to enjoy each moment. Being a teenager is really fun. You're discovering who you are and who you want to be for the rest of your life. And be okay with lots of changes. You're going to be changing a lot. Your interests, everything is changing a lot, but it's exciting and new and fun. Yeah, and don't set limits for yourself. Even if other people don't think it's cool, even if you're nervous of what other people will think, just do what you want and be who you want to be. And if you need cheerleaders, you can call us. You guys will totally be there for you. But we just see so much potential here. And you guys are beautiful and sweet and kind, and you're going to do amazing things. So thanks for letting us come. And now you get to listen to the beautiful Taylor Berhow.
Can you guys all hear me if I just talk without a microphone? Like if I talk really loud? Is that good? Yes? You guys are all just pretty quiet. Cool. Can you guys get your journals out that you got earlier today and something to write with? While you guys are getting it out, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am currently working on a master's degree in social work. So what that means is I am trying to become like a therapist. And I work with teenagers right now. My job, I'm a counselor at a drug and alcohol with teenagers, so boys and girls who are your age. And they all are state mandated, so at one point they were arrested and taken to juvenile detention for drug charges or for running away or for beating someone up. And they're living in this building that I go to work to every day, and they're trying to get sober and trying to stop smoking marijuana or beating people up or, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I do. I work with teenagers every single day, and I love it so, so much. I have had just some amazing experiences with your age group, and mostly I just actually feel like I'm a teenager a little bit. I'm 25, even though I look like a teenager. You probably all thought I was a lot younger than 25. Anyway, you guys all have your journals out? Yes? Not? Cool. Sweet. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is happiness. Michelle kind of mentioned that this portion is something that we want to call the Happiness Project. And so I guess the first question I have for you guys is, how many of you like to feel happy? Raise your hands. Pretty much everyone's hand should be up. Keep them up. Nice and high. I want to make sure everyone's raising their hand. Perfect. Cool. What do you guys think it means to be happy? And this is interactive. I want you guys to share. So please share if you think you have an idea of what it means to be happy. And I also don't experience awkward tension, so I'll just sit in silence until you talk. Yes, what's your name?
Anna.
Anna, nice to meet you. What does it mean to be happy?
I guess it means to like feel good.
To feel good, okay, perfect. What else? What else do you guys think? What's your name?
To enjoy what I'm married.
Mary, nice to meet you.
And I think it's to enjoy what you're doing at the moment and to not be like super bored or anything.
Okay, yeah, to enjoy what you're doing, to not be super bored. What else? What other thoughts do you guys have? What does it mean to be happy? What's your name?
Becca.
Becca, nice to meet you.
Happiness to me is to be content with who you are.
To be content with where you are. Awesome. Anyone else? Yep.
Just let
What's your
go.
name?
Oh, Callie.
Callie, nice to
To
meet you.
just let go of the worries about what other people will think and just be who you are and have fun.
Okay, so let go of the worries about what other people will think, be who you are, to have fun, to be content with what you're doing in life, to not be bored. Yeah?
I'm Lucy, and to just enjoy the moment.
To enjoy the moment. I love that. Awesome. Okay, so a definition of happiness, if you just Google happiness, is just the state of being happy which is the feeling or showing of pleasure or contentment. So you guys all said it way better than the boring definition because it was your own personal experiences with happiness. So you have your journals, open them up so it's just like the full book is open. And then you're gonna have 2 blank pages. The first page we're gonna devote to happiness, and the second page we're gonna devote to sadness, okay? On the first page, on the happiness page, I want you to write down the last time you felt happy. That could be right now. That could be yesterday when you got a new puppy. That can be when someone made you laugh. Whatever it is, write down the last time you felt happy. And then after you do that, write down the last time you laughed. And then I want you to write down the last time that you felt loved. It could be by one of your friends here, it could be by your family, it could be by our Heavenly Father, just the last time in general that you felt loved by somebody. Once you're done spending a little bit of time on that, just look up so I know about how many people are still working and how many people are not. Okay. As you're finishing that up, we are going to move on to the other page, which is the sadness page. And so now I'm going to ask you some mirroring questions to the ones we just talked about with happiness. Tell me about sadness. What does it mean to feel sad? Actually, stop. Pause. How many of you guys like to feel sad? Anyone? No one? You sure? Can't imagine why. Okay, so what does it mean to feel sad?
A lack of joy.
Lack of joy. Okay. In a row. When you feel down. Okay.
I feel like you're carrying chains around.
You feel like you're carrying what around?
Chains.
Chains. Yeah, like just like really heavy kind of. Yeah, like heavy, carrying things around, burdens, weighed down. Uh-huh.
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Okay. So sadness. Nobody likes to feel it, right? It's how many of you guys have seen Inside Out? Raise your hands high. That movie's great. I love that movie. We have joy and then we have sadness, and their characters are kind of conflicting the entire movie, right? You guys have all, those of you who've seen it, remember. So nobody likes to feel sadness. It's hopeless. It's depressing. It's burdensome. It's, you feel weighed down. And nobody raised their hand, surprisingly, when I asked who likes to feel sadness, right? But we're still going to talk about it because we all experience it regularly. How many of you guys have never been sad before? How many of you guys have been sad before? Every hand should be up, right? We all experience sadness. It's something that happens, so that's why we're going to talk about it. So you have another side of your journal, and it's going to be for sadness. And the first question I want you to write down is the last time that you cried. And we're talking sad tears. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Happy tears can go over on the happy page, but we're talking sad tears. Something that made you so sad that you cried.
Like sad or like frustrated.
Sure. Yeah. Any of those negative emotions on that spectrum. Almost crying counts. If you welled up in tears, that counts. If you were all up in your emotions of sadness, then it counts, right? And then, did someone say something? Okay. And then I want you to write down the last time you felt hopeless. And I want you to write down the last time that you felt alone. Just felt like no one was there for you, or felt like you didn't have anyone to turn to. The last time that you felt hopeless was the second one. So we have the last time you cried or almost cried, the last time you felt hopeless, and the last time you felt alone. And then just same rule applies, just look up when you're done writing so I know generally where we're at. As you're finishing up, we're going to start working on something that I do with my teenagers regularly. And it's called happiness, and it's called a happy list and a sad list, okay? We're going to start with the sad list. So on your sad list, you can either draw a line and make a new section on your piece of paper, or just keep going. Your sad list is going to contain anything that makes you sad. So I'll tell you some things on my sad list. When a sports team that I love loses, when my family is unhappy or sad, when a boy that I like doesn't like me, when I have to wake up super early and didn't get enough sleep the night before, when I have to pay rent. Every month on the 15th of the month I am exceedingly sad and feel like I have no money. Fill in the blank, right? Fill in what makes you sad. So this could be sometimes I feel fat, right? Sometimes I put on a pair of jeans and I just feel fat. It can be I don't have the type of hair that I wish that I had. That girl sitting next to me, or the girl who, the head cheerleader at school or something, has just the most beautiful hair and I don't have it, and that makes me sad. Someone made fun of me at school today and we're just unkind, or a friend left me out, didn't invite me to go do something, and that made me sad, right? There is a million things. So take 3 minutes and just fill in that page with all the things that make you sad. And this isn't, again, this is your personal journal, and so it's more effective if you're just completely honest. So you don't have to share this with anyone, or you can, but be honest about what makes you sad, or feel sadness or sorrow, or et cetera, okay? So take like 3 minutes. We're not going to have a ton of time, but just make a long list. List as many things as you can. I'm gonna ask you guys as you're finishing if any of you guys will share some of the things that make you sad. Okay, and I know that sometimes it's a little bit personal, and I also know that I promise you that whatever you have written down, there is another girl in this room who has also written that exact same thing down. I promise that that's true. So who wants to share some things that make them sad? Yes.
Friendship drama.
Friendship drama. Ugh, for real, right? Seriously, that's a good one. What else?
Like when family lives far away from me.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Not getting to see them. My brother's moving to Chicago in 2 days. I'm like pretty sad about that. I'm also like kind of happy. You know, pluses and minuses. What else? What else makes you sad? Yes.
When friends bring themselves down.
When friends bring themselves down. How do friends bring themselves down?
They say bad stuff about themselves.
Like body image stuff, like I feel fat, or I'm like not funny, or no one likes me, that type of stuff. Yeah, that's like kind of a downer, right? Because then you start thinking about all the things that are wrong with you, right? What else? What else is on your sad list? Let's go. Doom.
When you like put yourself out there and you're like happy to be like trying to make friends, but like people just like don't want to be friends, so it's kind of hard because like you're putting your like vulnerability online.
Did everyone hear that one?
Yeah.
When you put yourself out there and you want to make friends, and then it just seems like no one really wants to be your friend. It's the worst because you're like being vulnerable and nobody's taking the bait, right? Yes. You don't feel good enough. When do you not feel good enough? Yeah. We all feel it frequently, right? Yeah. You don't feel good enough at your job. Then you don't feel good enough in school. I know you're an actor, right? So when you don't feel good enough at acting, maybe. There's someone over here. Yes.
When I'm missing somebody.
When you're missing someone. Yeah, definitely. What else? Yes and yes.
When other people hurt.
When other people hurt. Yeah, that one's the worst. Like when you have a friend going through something hard or a family member. Yeah. Because there's nothing you can really do about that one, huh? Yes.
When my grandma died.
When your grandma died. Yeah. Yes.
When people I love don't like or agree with my goals or decisions.
Like what?
Just like if you make it, like if you're really excited about like a goal you set and then like you tell it to someone and they're just like, oh, that's a stupid goal.
What's something that you've been really excited about that someone hasn't understood?
I don't know, just like maybe my obsession at the time, like a certain TV show or something, and when I get excited about it, they're just like, stop freaking out about it.
They're like, seriously, you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
Why are you like that so much? My best friend Taylor over here loves Pokemon Go, and every time she tells me about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, Pokemon Go, and now I feel kind of bad. Yes.
Just like sometimes family being kind to each other.
Yeah, sounds hard. Sounds really hard because it's your family, and there's nothing. Yeah, sounds tough. Yes.
This one's kind of less serious, like when you have bad hair days.
Ugh, no, that is not less serious. We all know that bad hair days are the worst. That actually happened to me today. My alarm didn't go off, and so I woke up I woke up when I was supposed to be here, so I didn't take a shower, and all day I've been like, I feel disgusting. Bad hair day. I get it. Anyone else? Yes.
When people talk behind your back.
People talk behind your back. Why does that one feel so bad?
You
Because then you feel like
don't feel like they trust you to talk.
Nailed it. Trust. Yeah. Like it feels like you can't trust them with your secrets and your emotions and the things that matter to you, like in your heart, right? Okay, we're gonna move on. As you can see, there's a million things that we experience every day that make us feel really sad. And they're serious, they're real things. And I like that you said bad hair day because the world is really good at trying to tell us that certain things should make us more sad than other things, right? The world is really good at saying, like, a bad hair day shouldn't be as serious as, like, your grandma dying, right? But what if it is, right? Like, when you're sad, and it's okay to be sad. There's nothing that the world likes to tell you that there's certain things you should be more sad about than others. But that's not necessarily true. If you feel like you're having a bad hair day and that's causing you to be sad, like, you shouldn't minimize the fact that you're sad about it, okay? It's still important. Okay, we're over on the other side now. We're on our happy list, okay? I'm going to share with you some things on my happy list just so you have an idea of what I think will be helpful to write down, okay? The smell of rain, the smell of laundry sheets, you know, like those bounce sheets. Oh my gosh, if they could just like wrap that up and I could sleep in a blanket of laundry sheets every night, I would be so happy. Driving up the canyon, especially when it's like a little chilly outside. You guys know what I'm talking about? And you like need a sweatshirt or like a beanie or something. It's the best. A cold pillow. So like if you're sleeping and you're like really hot at night and you flip your pillow over and it feels really cold. That's the best. And all of these are the best because they're on my happy list. Finding money in an old coat or a backpack. That happened to me the other day. I found a $20 bill in an old backpack and I was like, what the heck? This is amazing. I was so happy. Just something so simple. How about this one? Waking up and still having like a couple hours to sleep. Like you wake up, if you have an alarm set for 7:30, you wake up and it's 5:30 and you're like, oh my gosh. Or better yet, waking up and on a Saturday morning and you realize you don't have to get up and go to school. That's the best.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I know. A phone call with a good friend. How many of you guys have friends that don't live nearby that you FaceTime with, or family? Raise your hands. That's the best, right? So we get to use technology to talk to people we love that live so far away. When a boy I like makes me laugh. Oh my gosh, that's the best. Laughter is the best, especially when boys are funny. Why do they have to be so funny? That's the worst. Oh, they make you like them so much because they're so funny. Sleeping under the stars, or like stargazing under a clear sky, right? Reading by a fireplace. I like just like complete silence, no music or buzzing. I actually hate it when I'm driving in a car and it's silent and then there's like a rattling noise. It's my least favorite. When curtains like blow in the wind. So just these really simple things, okay? And then my other one was when people wear sunglasses in the winter. I don't know, I like it because it feels like it's summer, kind of. It can be weird, funny, quirky things that just like bring you happiness, that make you happy. So write them down. Write down what's on your happy list. And again, they don't have to be like super serious things, like it can be a blanket made of dryer sheets. It can be the thought of playing on a playground filled with Jell-O, okay? It can be whatever. It's weird things that make you happy, okay? Take a few minutes to fill out that list. And as you go, feel free to raise your hands and share some of the things that you're writing down. Yes. Ice cream. Oh, excellent. Yes.
Traveling to new places.
Traveling to new places. I like it. Yes. Movie nights.
The ice that they have at Cafeteria.
Oh,
Yes.
wow, that is a really good one. Like the pellet ice. Money. Yes.
Clothes or blankets fresh out of the dryer.
When they're like warm and smell good. Oh, that is my love language. Yes.
Hearing a really laugh because it's loud and obnoxious.
Hearing a good laugh, like a weird laugh that makes you laugh, that's a good one. Yes.
I really like to drive with the windows down and just
Drive with the windows down at night. I love that too, and I love like just picking the right song, like, and you just are driving and you have the windows down, the wind's blowing. That one's a good one. Yes, yes, yes.
a good book.
A good book. What's your favorite book?
I have no idea.
I know. I knew you would be able to answer, but I thought I'd ask anyway. Yes.
Horseback riding.
Horseback riding. Nice. Yeah.
Sleeping in.
Yeah. For real, right? Oh my gosh, the best. Yes.
Waking up knowing you have a new outfit to wear.
Wow, that was a really good one. Oh my gosh, yeah. Or like knowing when you go to bed at night that you have like this new cute shirt to wear or something. That's a good one. Yeah.
I really like ice skating.
Ice skating. Okay. I like what are those things called? Zambonis. Those things are amazing. How they like make the ice look so slick and clean. Oh, I love that so much. Yeah.
Waking up on the first day of summer.
Freedom, right? The best. Yes. Over there, the gray shirt.
Just being around horses.
Being around horses?
I really like horses.
Okay.
Just being around them.
And the hat? Food! How many of you guys like food? How many of you guys does food make you happy? You're not raising your hands. Raise your hands, everyone. There it is. Okay. What else? A couple more. Yes. So the opposite of a bad hair day, the perfect hair day, right? Nothing better. Yes. Okay, that's got to be the best one in the whole wide world, right? The energy and excitement and like the feeling of the butterflies in your stomach, so great. Yes.
Since my family has a rule that you have to like clean your room and make your bed before you can go down, my parents are usually guarding the door.
Awesome.
So the best is when you wake up and your sister, like when you share a room and they've already cooked up like everything, and you literally just make your bed and you're the first one down.
Sounds great. The sooner you get to the presents, the better, right? Yes, yes, yes. And then we're gonna have to be done. Yes.
Oh, there's this giant hill by my house that we have to drive down every time we get to town. Every time we go down, even though we go down it like 3 times a day, we roll down all the windows and the last thing you think is stick our heads out the window.
There's a road by my house that has like a dip, and if you hit it just right at the right speed, it like feels like you're like going off a jump. And my mom started it. I promise that she started it, and now we all do it, and it's pretty fun. Yes. Feeling good enough and relaxed. I like it.
So,
Music and dance. Perfect. So there are a lot of them, right? And I would encourage you guys to add to this list as you come up with new ones, right? You're experiencing new ones all the time. And this is a really helpful list to refer to when you're feeling sad or feeling upset. To go to your happy list and think, like, what are some of the things on this happy list that I can do right now to make me feel a little bit better? A lot of them are really good. A lot of them you have control over. Some of them you don't, but some of them you do. Driving down the canyon, driving down that giant hill with the windows down. There's a bunch of them that you guys mentioned that you have control over. Okay. One thing that I would encourage you guys to do on your own time is to look at your to lists and look at the things that you have control over on your lists. Okay. I'm willing to bet that most of the things on your sad list you don't have a lot of control over, right? Bad hair day, we don't have control over that. But most of the things on your happy list you do have control over. You have control of whether you bring those things into your life or not. And so you have access to controlling and manipulating your own happiness, okay? And it's awesome to be able to compare those two lists and to see how much control you have over your own happiness. The last thing that I want to share with you guys today is a story about Prophet Enoch and his interactions with God. You guys know about the Prophet Enoch? Yeah? No? He's a really righteous man who was the prophet and kind of the head of the city of Zion. And we hear a lot about Zion, right? In the book of Moses, in the Pearl of Great Price, there is a story about when Enoch speaks to our Heavenly Father. And our Heavenly Father shows Enoch the entire world. He shows Enoch all the people in the world. And he shows them all of their trials and all of their infirmities. And he shows them all of these things. And he tells Enoch about I like to imagine God just kind of sitting down with Enoch in like a beautiful room with like a fireplace and like 2 big comfy chairs, and they're just sitting there chatting, and occasionally God will just like throw up a projection of like this experience that I had, or this experience that Veronica had, or just shows Enoch the entire world and all of the people and their entire life stories. It says that he shows him from eternity to eternity. So I like to imagine that Enoch and God had a conversation about me and my life. And if you guys have ever had an image of like watching a movie of your life, I like to imagine that God and Enoch watched everybody's movie. I don't know how they did it, but that's kind of the vision that I have, the image that I have. So God's showing Enoch all these things, okay? And Enoch says, and it came to pass that the God of heaven looked upon the residue of the people, so he looked upon all of us, and he wept. And Enoch bore record of it, and said, how is it that the heavens weep and shed forth their tears as the rain upon the mountains? And Enoch said unto the Lord, how is it that thou canst weep, seeing thou art holy, and from all eternity to eternity? So God shows Enoch everything, right? And God knows the end from the beginning, and he knows how your life is going to end, and he knows how your life is going to end, and he knows how your life is going to end. And he knows exactly what's going to happen with each of us. And he knows how his own life is going to end, right? Well, I mean, it doesn't end, but you get the point. And he shows Enoch all of these things, and he still cries because he sees the misery and the heartache and the trials that we're all going to experience. Even though he knows that your life is going to turn out just fine, and you're going to be happy in the end because you have a testimony of our Savior and his atonement, and he knows that everything's going to turn out okay, he still cries. How many of you guys know the story of Lazarus in the New Testament? Jesus' friend Lazarus dies, right? And Mary and Martha come to Jesus and are like, hey, we want you to, they tell him about their brother Lazarus who died. And instead of Jesus telling them, hey, I'm going to raise him from the dead, I'm literally going to bring him back to life, instead of telling them that, he cries with them. Okay? And this is what happens with God and Enoch. So the next time you think, like, man, I really wish that I just knew what was going to happen in a year. Because if I knew what was going to happen in a year, I wouldn't be so sad anymore, right? Last October, I went through like a really, really tough breakup. And that's like the worst pain in the whole wide world. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced a breakup yet. If you have, I'm sorry. If you haven't, no, never date. It's terrible. Just kidding. Date. But also don't. And it was the saddest thing, and I've never been so sad in my life. And I remember thinking, if I only knew what was going to happen 1 year from now, I don't think I would be sad anymore because I would see that I would be happy again. And I think this story in the book of Moses tells us just the exact opposite. It tells us that God knows what's going to happen in the end, and he still cries, and he still weeps, and he still experiences sadness. And so I want you to think about the idea that sadness isn't necessarily bad. Experiencing sadness, experiencing heartache, experiencing trial isn't a bad thing. It's a divine thing, and our Heavenly Father experiences it too, even when he knows everything's going to turn out all right. I want you guys to know this because we're all going to experience sadness at some point in our lives. We're all going to experience heartache. Our grandparents are going to die. Our parents are going to die. Our friends are going to get cancer. Our boyfriends are going to break up with us. Our children are going to die. And we're going to be sad, and that is okay. It is okay to be sad. God experiences sadness, and he cries too. And I have a testimony that a fullness of joy is both sadness and happiness, just like we hear about in Inside Out, right? We have joy and sadness. And it wasn't until the two memories mixed together that our Heavenly Father, or that the little girl was able to like bring her memories back, if you remember the plot line, right? Yeah. Sadness and happiness equal joy. And for us to be goddesses, which we've been promised that we will, we're going to have to experience both of them. I have a testimony that our Savior Jesus Christ died for you and you and you and me and all of us because he wants to be there for us when we experience sadness, and that when we walk with him, he promises that he'll walk with us. And not only will he walk with us, but he'll cry with us too. And I hope that the message that you gleaned from this today, this wonderful experience, is that happiness is so accessible that you have control over it, and that sadness is okay too, and that you have control over how to change and manipulate. And if you don't, that's okay. You can. It's not a bad thing to be sad, right? It's not bad. Don't think something's wrong with you. It's extremely normal. Teenagers often we all feel that when we're sad, it's bad and something's wrong with us, and that's just not the case because God experienced sadness. I love my Savior Jesus Christ, and I know that he loves me, and I know that he loves each of you. I know that in my heart, and there's so many things that I don't know, but I do know that. And I am so thankful for that knowledge. I'm so thankful for that testimony. And I say these things in his name so humbly. Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.